Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Bay Arena for this DFB Pokal semi-final between Bayer Leverkusen and Bayern Munich. I'm Joe Mills, thank you for your company. And we've got a packed stadium under the lights tonight between these two huge sides in German football. Bayern, of course, running away with the Bundesliga right now, but the atmosphere inside the ground is absolutely electric. Flags, scarves, the whole 9 yards, it's all happening here tonight. Both sides are coming into this well. First of all, Leverkusen, they lost at home to Augsburg at the weekend. Munich beat Stuttgart in a 6-goal thriller by 4-2. But even so, Kasper Holman makes just the one change. The captain, Robert Andrich, is back in the side. Loic Bardet drops to the bench. However, Vincent Kompany has made 6 changes from the weekend, with Manuel Neuer, Deo Upamecano, Konrad Laimer, Jonathan Tah, Alexander Pavlovic and Michael Olise coming in. Jonas Erbig, Kim Min-jae, Hiroki Ito, Alphonso Davies, Leon Goretzka and Rafael Guerreiro drop to the bench. The last time these two sides met wasn't overly long ago. It was back in March this year, just last month, when they played out a 1-1 draw in the league on this ground. They've met 103 times over all competitions. Leverkusen have only won 29 of those to Munich's 59 and 22 draws. So this ties very much historically in favour of the German champions-elect, should we say. So, to the teams, Kasper Holman goes with a 3-4-2-1 formation. In goal is Mark Flecken, a back three of Jarell Quansah, Robert Andrich and Edmund Tapsoba. And the four across the middle, Lucas Vazquez, Ezequiel Palacios, Alex Garcia and Alex Grimaldo. And Ibrahim Marza and Nathan Teller will be behind the lone striker Patrick Schick. On the bench for Leverkusen, the keeper Yanis Blasvic. Then it's Loic Bardet, Eki Fernandez, Jonas Hoffmann, Malik Tillman, Tim Owerman, Elise Ben Sagir, Ernest Poku and Montrell Culbreath. Vincent Kompany goes with his trusted 4-2-3-1. Manuel Neuer is back in goal and wears the captain's armband. A back four of Josip Stanisic, Deo Upamecano, Jonathan Tah and Konrad Laimer. Joshua Kimmich and Alexander Pavlovic are the holding two midfielders. The three in front of them, Michael Olise, Jamal Musiala and Luis Diaz. And Harry Kane comes back into the side this evening, and he will lead the line. On the bench for Bayern Munich, Jonas Erbig, the keeper, Kim Min-jae, Leon Goretzka, Nicholas Jackson, Alphonso Davies, Hiroki Ito, Rafael Guerreiro, Dennis Ofli and Bara Ndiaye. The teams are now coming out into the arena. Our referee this evening is Felix Weyer, and out come the sides. Munich in their red tracksuit tops, their white shorts and their red shorts and red socks. They will be all in red this evening by the looks of things. Leverkusen, they've got their tracksuit tops on as well, and they're black. Fireworks going off around the ground. It really is a fantastic atmosphere for this cup semi-final. The other semi-final, of course, taking place tomorrow evening. And they have the youngsters lined up in front of them. They now make a break for it, and the two sides will now go down the line for the customary handshakes before we get underway here at the Bay Arena. It is packed to the rafters, and it's still daylight here actually, but the lights are on. I'm sure it will just add to the atmosphere as the night goes on. So yes, Bayern Munich at the moment, they are, as I said before, running away with the Bundesliga right now, and it won't be too long, I don't think, before they are crowned champions once again in the Bundesliga. And they've had a fantastic season as per usual, and I have to say Vincent Kompany has done an excellent job with this Bayern Munich side. Harry Kane, of course, has been prolific again this season. They travel to Mainz at the weekend in the Bundesliga, but tonight it is cup action against Leverkusen, one of their oldest rivals, and it's always a little bit more special when it's a cup game. It's do or die tonight, and we shall see what happens. As I said, earlier in the season, just a few weeks ago in fact. They played out a 1-1 draw here, so it should be an interesting and tight game between these two sides. Vincent Kompany has just made his way down the tunnel, and the two managers shake hands, and at the moment we're just now waiting to get underway. I'm just checking here, 15 points clear Munich are at the moment in the Bundesliga, with just the 4 games to go. So they are actually champions, in fact. But obviously they will have to wait to get their hands on the trophy. Both teams get into their huddles. Leverkusen all in black this evening. Real Madrid all in red. Manuel Neuer, 40 years of age, back in goal tonight, all in spearmint green. There's a haze of smoke hanging over the pitch from the flares and the fireworks. Raucous atmosphere inside the stadium. Bayern Munich will have kick-off tonight, and they'll be playing from left to right in this first half. Luis Diaz standing over the ball, the Colombian. And we're almost ready to get underway. In fact, you'd be lucky if you could see anything, because the fog overhanging the pitch at the moment. It's all very nice to have fireworks and flares going off before a game, but it's not great if you can't see what's going on the pitch. So, Munich are playing from right to left. Sorry, I got that bit wrong. They are playing from right to left. They did swap after the coin toss. And, well, I'm not sure what's going on here right now. Manuel Neuer has trotted up to the halfway line. I'm not sure if this is a delay because of the smoke overhanging the pitch. So the players are just having a little kickabout inside the centre circle at the moment. As we wait to get things underway, there is like I say, it's starting to drift out of the open roof now. But it is a little bit much, isn't it, when you're waiting for a game to start, because you can't see what's going on. Well, that's the case at the moment. And Felix Weyer waiting for the go-ahead. It's not just for the players as well, it's for the spectators. If you paid your money, you want to be able to see what's going on the pitch. And at the moment, the smoke is taking quite a while to clear. Vincent Kompany has taken his jacket off. He's got the black baseball cap on as usual. And we're still waiting here. Gasper Holman with his hands in his pockets, chewing away inside the technical area. And the players still waiting here. They've gone to speak to the referee, and I think he's just explaining what the issue is, and he's just saying we're going to have to wait until this clears, because you know they can't get the match underway if people can't really see clearly what's going on. Note to self, I think, in future, just go easy on the fireworks before kick-off. Smoke is still hanging over the ground, but it seems to be lifting a little bit now, but we're still waiting to start here. And this is not ideal. It really isn't. The players are ready. They're just having to keep themselves warm by having a kickabout. And the smoke is still refusing to lift completely. It's a problem. It's a dry day, but it's a fairly chilly one, and that's not helping the smoke to rise. And the fans getting a bit impatient as well now. But it's it is refusing to shift at the moment, and it really is like a foggy night out there on the pitch. It has improved slightly, but it's still not great. But I think the referee now has decided that we perhaps need to get the game underway and hope that it clears in time. We are, in fact, now underway, and I'll do the best that I can with the limited vision that we have at the moment. Long ball downfield. It's headed over towards that left-hand side and sent all the way back into the Munich half. Manuel Neuer has come out of his goal. And now Jonathan Tah to Leimer, the Austrian, back to Neuer on the edge of his own area. Gets the ball back from Tah. And then he hammers it downfield, looking for Harry Kane. It's dealt with at the back. Here's Tapsoba. Now to Quansah, the former Liverpool man. He has it again. And it's chipped upfield by Lucas Vazquez, but headed back inside the Leverkusen half by Tar. And then the ball comes all the way back to Neuer, who then just gives it back to Tar on the edge of his area. Here's Kimmich. Across the face of the 18-yard box. Here's Upamecano, the French international. I have to say the smoke is not clearing at all. This is pretty ridiculous, I have to say. Here's Tar once more. Now then, here's Pavlovic. Now Upamecano plays it out to this right-hand side, but doesn't find his... Oh, he does. He's found Elise eventually. He will cut in field, the Frenchman, and then a long diagonal ball out to this left-hand side. Chested down by Luis Diaz, but I'm not sure he kept that in play. In fact, the referee has blown to say that very thing. Diaz thought he got away there from Jarell Quansah. Of course, former teammates back on Merseyside, but that clearly did go over the line. And it will be a throw into Leverkusen. Lucas Vazquez will be the man to take it. Over on this near side, just shy of 2 minutes gone, and Harry Kane concedes another throw-in near the corner flag, trying to pinch the ball there off Quansah, and he will take the throw-in near the corner flag on this near side. Just over 2 minutes gone. It's a long throw down the line. Header won though by Pavlovic. Ball breaks into the middle of the pitch, but it's dealt with well there by Garcia, and then it comes back into the penalty area and then hammered downfield by Leverkusen, but that's going to go all the way through to Tar, who picks it up on the edge of the centre circle. Comes out now to Michael Elise. Smoke is starting to clear now, thankfully, as Leverkusen have the ball, Munich have the ball halfway inside the Leverkusen half, back to halfway. Now Tar once again, patient build-up. Now here's Pavlovic. Comes out to Luis Diaz on this left-hand side, hugging the touchline. Cuts in field, trying to get away there from Vazquez. Over to this right-hand side. Here's Kimmich once again. Out to Michael Olise on this far right-hand side, up against Grimaldo. Sends it back in field. Kimmich once again. Looking for options here. But again, he goes out to Elise on this right-hand side. This time up against Nathan Tella, former Barcelona man, the Nigerian. Now then, here's Upamecano. Now Lima. Out again to Diaz on this left-hand side. Munich stretching Leverkusen left to right. Ball whipped in by Diaz. Header is blocked, but it shoots up high in the air. Still haven't cleared it. Breaks to the edge of the area. Brought down by Pavlovic. Elise now, right-hand side of the box. Chips the ball over to the back post. And, well, Munich player has gone down there. I think it is Harry Kane. He feels that he was fouled there at the back post as he tried to poke that home with his head. First real chance coming for Munich there. He just ended up in a sandwich there, Harry Kane. And he did get a little shove in the back there from Lucas Vazquez, and then he collided into Quansah, who was stood in front of him. And between the two of them, he went down. Kane still complaining to the referee, who tells him in no uncertain terms to go away. And it will be a corner for Bayern Munich on this near side. 4.5 minutes gone. Vazquez and Kane having a conversation. So corner, first one of the evening. It'll be Joshua Kimmich to take it on this near side. Plays it short into the area, whipped in by Elise. Oh, and fired over the bar from just inside the penalty spot there. It was, I think it was Upamecano. Clever corner that. No one picked up Elise. And he just rolled it to the edge of the box. Elise had the freedom there. He fired it in. And Upamecano left-footed from about 12 yards out, and he's put it over the bar. Very good opportunity there for Bayern. Very clever corner. And that really did catch Leverkusen napping there. Long kick downfield by Flecken, the former Brighton keeper. Now head tennis and shoes on the halfway line. Leverkusen win it, and then the ball goes out of play. And a little bit of afters there between Palacios and Diaz. Sort of shoved him into the advertising boards. Anyway, ball is back at the feet now of Flecken. He clears it downfield again, the Dutchman. Flick on header by Marza, but it goes all the way through to Lima, who returns it to Manuel Neuer. Now Tar once again. This is Upamecano, plays it upfield. Now it's gathered in. Munich have it with Michael Olise on this right-hand side. Starts the fast run, slides the ball through into the area, but it's tidied up neatly there by the captain Andrich. Just almost managed to pick out the run there of Stanisic. But the ball comes back for Bayern Munich on this right-hand side. Here's Olise once more. It's all the men in red at the moment. Leverkusen struggling to get hold of the ball. Here is Stanisic, Pavlovic. Stanisic once more. And he floats it out to this left-hand side. Diaz doesn't get to it because Quansah gets there first with his head. Was there a little shove in the back there? Anyway, it's gone out for a throw-in. And another bit of pushing and shoving there between Palacios and Lima. The referee has decided he's seen enough there and he's calling them in. This has happened on a couple of occasions. Actually, it was Vasquez and Lima. They just walked into each other, and then Vasquez shoved Lima as he was going past. So the referee has nipped that in the bud straight away. Here is Vasquez now. Comes back to Quansah. And he sends a ball up towards the edge of the centre circle. Headed back with authority by Upamecano. Tapsoba, the Burkina Faso international, puts it down that left-hand side, looking for Teller. Upamecano wins the throw-in, much to the chagrin of Alex Grimaldo, who felt that it should have gone the other way. Just shy of 8 minutes gone. A little bit salty out there at the moment. But there is a lot on the line. Here's Olise. He's gone down under a challenge there, but the referee plays on at the moment. But I think Bayern are going to put this out in a minute. Comes to Tar. No, Olise has struggled up to his feet. And he gets the ball. So it couldn't have been that bad. He's got the ball at his feet now. Now here's Kimmich. Bayern, of course, in the semi-finals of the Champions League. They've already won the Bundesliga. And hoping to get to the final of this and complete a treble. Good ball down this right-hand side for the run of Olise. And it's, well, clever play there. Didn't need to do it there, Grimaldo. He could have let that go out, but he got to it at the byline and squared it back to Flecken. And now they have it with Teller up just near the halfway line. And now Bayern just enjoying having... Bayer Leverkusen, just enjoying having the ball at their feet, but they're giving it away on the edge of the centre circle. Pavlovic finds Konrad Lima, feeds it into the penalty area on this left-hand side, but Leverkusen quick to win the ball back. And, well, I think they might have given away a throw in there on this near side. No, it's going to go to Leverkusen. And Lucas Vasquez throws it back to Jarrell Quansah. Just over 9 minutes gone. Been very much the Munich show so far. Best chance falling to Upamecano. Here is Vasquez again. High press from Bayern Munich. Now then, that's a lovely flick round the corner. Now then, Leverkusen can break down the middle here. Opportunity. This is good stuff. There from Schick. Gets around Upamecano. Ball whipped in, but it's blocked by Pavlovic, and it will go out for a corner for Leverkusen on this right-hand side. But that was a good break down the field there from the home side. Lovely little flick round the corner. Just a little warning there for Bayern that they're not going to have this all their own way, even though they have got off to much the better start here. Andrich goes over to speak to the referee about something. So it will be a corner to Leverkusen on this near side, and it will be the left-footed Alex Grimaldo who will take this. in-swinging corner from the Spaniard. In it comes, headed away, but sideways, but the flag has gone up, or the referee has blown for something. He felt that there was an infringement inside the area there. I think he was talking to Ibrahim Marza, the Algerian international. Just have another look at this. Well, I'm struggling to see what the issue was there. Look at this again. Yeah, Marza there just had a little grab at Neuer. The referee spotted that and blew his whistle. Here's Lima now out to this far right hand side. Ball played infield to Kane. Now Olise. Stanisic down this right hand side, back to Michael Olise. Now he feeds it back infield. This is Pavlovic. Here's Lima in centre field, halfway inside the Leverkusen half. Comes out to Diaz on the left. Feeds it back infield to Pavlovic. First touch there from Kane. And it comes back to Upamecano. Now Stanisic once again. Just in a low block here, Leverkusen, just allowing Bayern Munich to keep hold of the ball, but they're struggling to break them down at the moment. Then a challenge comes in, but the referee says it was a foul. And it will be a free kick to Bayern Munich, taken quickly on the edge of the centre circle. Now it's fed round the corner. Kane chips it over to this right hand side, but too much on that. And Josip Stanisic, the Croatian international, cannot get to it in time. So it will be a throw-in over on that far side near the corner flag. And it's interesting there that Ezequiel Palacios was saying to the referee that he was the one that gave away the free kick, but he said that he got an elbow in his face. And he went up to the referee showing him his nose. Anyway, throw downfield. Munich have the ball. Briefly lost it, but they have it back again. Here's Upamecano, who comes into centre field. Now Tar, Pavlovic inside the centre circle, just short passes here from Munich, just working the ball across the back four. Josh Kimmich out to Olise on this far side, right hand side. But he's dispossessed there. Now then, Leverkusen, can they make something of this? No, they lose possession there. Schick, who's got it trapped under his feet on the halfway line. It comes back to Tar. And now Upamecano. Now space for Michael Olise on this right hand side. Plays it round the back, gets the return ball, but it's not the best. But it finds Stanisic somehow. Now it's back to Upamecano. Alexander Pavlovic. Here's Luis Diaz, more central this time. Twisting and turning, halfway inside the half. Tries to pick out, I think it was Pavlovic on the edge of the area. It's gone out, and it will be a goal kick. 13.5 minutes gone here at the Bay Arena. And it's still goalless. But Bayern Munich definitely having the lion's share of possession at the moment. The best chance falling to Upamecano. Goal kick taken short, and Quansah will then lash it up towards the halfway line. A towering header from Tar heads it back deep into the Leverkusen half. They have it again. Ball played down this right channel now for Schick, but Tar gets there ahead of him and sends it back to Neuer, who then very quickly and in short order farms it out to Stanisic on this right hand side. There's Kimmich now to Pavlovic. Now Konrad Lima. Munich have it. Edge of the centre circle. Back to Pavlovic. And again, Leverkusen drop into their defensive shape. Here's Olise on this far side. Ball comes back into Joshua Kimmich. Tar struggling to break them down at the moment. Passing the ball around, lots of short passes. Leverkusen in those two low banks of four. And they've won the ball back again on the edge of the area, but then carelessly put the ball out for a throw-in. There's Palacios there trying to find Teller. Throw-in taken quickly. Here's Lima now. Plays a nice ball through the middle. Picked up on the edge of the area. But Diaz now with the second ever great save from Flecken. Curling, bending shot from the Colombian from the left-hand side of the penalty area. It was arrowing into that bottom right-hand corner. And an outstretched left arm from the Dutchman tipped it round the post. Corner for Bayern Munich on that far side. Elise standing over it. 15 and a half gone, still 0-0. Ball is whipped in, and it's straight into the hands of Mark Flekken, who plucks it out of the air. And then thought about kicking it out of his hands, and then just had to put the brakes on. And then he retreats back into his 6-yard area, drops the ball to the floor, and then long kick up to the halfway line. Goes over the top of Schick, who took a tumble there, and then all the way through to Tar. Now Kimmich, inside the centre circle, comes out to Josip Stanisic on this far right-hand side. Kimmich once more, nice ball through the middle, and flicked up in the air over to that right-hand side, but that wasn't the best then. They lose possession, picked up there by Grimaldo. Back to Flekken, another long kick downfield, looking for the Czech international Patrick Schick. It flicks off his head downfield, but Neuer is out quickly once again, almost playing as a sweeper tonight, the Bayern captain. Now, good ball round the corner here. Kane's in. Oh, he shoots, and it's blocked by Flekken, and it will go out for a corner. That was a lovely diagonal ball from the touchline. I think Kane was offside, if I'm honest. Kane got to it, edge of the 6-yard box on that tight angle. Flekken spread himself, and the shot was blocked by his chest. Well, it is going to be a corner, but I can safely say that Harry Kane looked a good yard offside. But it will be a corner for Bayern Munich, the 4th this evening. Michael Olise whips it in again under the crossbar, headed back across goal, but it will be a free kick to Leverkusen. Man in a black shirt has taken a tumble. I think it was Jonathan Tah there, just a little shove in the back on Nathan Teller at the back post. But it was good work from Musiala originally, and he was just dispossessed on the edge of the area by Andrich, and it fell for Diaz. Curling shot from the Colombian, and a brilliant save from Mark Flekken, tipping it round the post. So 18 minutes gone, 0-0, but it's very much Bayern Munich in the ascendancy at the moment. Well, Neuer has not warmed his gloves at all just yet. Here's Flekken now with the free kick. Long punt downfield. Schick flicks the header on, but it goes out of play over on that far side. Throw in taken quickly by Stanisic. Now Upamecano. Across to Jonathan Tah. Rolls it back to Neuer. They press him, so he gets rid of it quickly. Looking for Michael Olise. Grimaldo wins the header infield. And then, then a pretty hefty challenge goes in there from Robert Andrich. It's not going to be a booking, but the referee, well, Musiala thinks that it should be. Pretty hefty challenge there from the Leverkusen skipper. But he did actually win the ball there. Did clean out Musiala in the process, but he actually got to the ball first. So technically that is not a foul that warrants a card. Here's Lima, rolls it back to Neuer on the edge of the semicircle. Now Upamecano, infield to Musiala, little flick back round the corner. Now Tar will bring it up to the halfway line. Sends it out to Diaz again, hugging the touchline on this left-hand side. Comes in on his right foot, the Colombian, still going. Floats a ball out to Olise on that far right-hand side. He did well to keep that in, the Frenchman. Plays it round the back for Stanisic, who then chips it back upfield. This is good play, but just as I said that, Pavlovic has given it away. Now Tapsoba will look to bring it downfield, and he's won his side a throw-in on that far left-hand side, which Leverkusen take quickly. Comes back to Tapsoba. Infield to Alex Garcia. Grimaldo, long ball downfield again, trying to find Schick, but it's gone over his head. It just goes through to Tar. Need to find a way, Leverkusen, of getting down the other end of the field, because at the moment they're not managing it. It's all pretty much long ball stuff, looking for the big check. Again, oceans of space for Luis Diaz on this left-hand side. Cuts in again, squares it to Harry Kane. Lovely little cushion ball into the area, and Lima and Flecken's out of his area and blocks it just inside the 6-yard box, and then it goes out. I think the flag's gone up anyway. That was a splendid bit of play from Harry Kane. Fired into him, just a lovely cushioned layoff. But Lima on the edge of the penalty area on this left-hand side was just a yard offside. Very clever and subtle play, though, from the England captain. And again, it was another good save from Flecken, but it wouldn't have counted. Grimaldo, Garcia, Teller is fouled over on that far side. Well, or was he? They've taken the throw in quickly. Munich are into the area here. It falls for Kane, and he scores! 7 yards out, and the England captain doesn't miss from there. Leverkusen caught napping there. I think they thought they'd won the throw-in. Munich took it quickly. They broke down this right-hand side. It was fed into the area. We'll have to have another look at this. But Kane, the ball somehow broke to him 7 yards out, and he thundered it into the roof of the net. He just simply doesn't miss from there. Bayer Leverkusen 0, Bayern Munich 1. We have played almost 22 minutes. And the German champions are in front. Actually, they did have the throw-in. Well, no, there was a foul came in. Referee didn't give it. Everyone else thought it was going to be. So the throw-in came in. Beautiful flick round the corner from Michael Olise. And then Musiala played the ball across the penalty area. Everybody missed it. And Harry Kane couldn't believe his luck. It went through the legs of Luis Diaz and it fell to Kane. He took a touch, steadied himself, and drilled it into the roof of the net. But for me, that is very, very harsh on Leverkusen. That should have been a free kick for me. Teller was fouled, but the referee chose not to award anything, and I think the Leverkusen players were in the process of wanting to know about that, and Bayern just got on with it. Gorgeous flick round the corner from Michael Olise, which released Musiala. There was a hint of fortune about that because that cross just missed everybody, but they have the ball again here. Kane tries a shot on the edge of the area, slips, but now they've given it away again. Here's Diaz, Musiala, he tries a shot, that's blocked. Kimmich, long-range shot, and it's saved down at the bottom of his left-hand post by Mark Flecken. And Leverkusen here are all over the place. That could have been two within a minute of going behind. Flecken puts the ball down on the edge of his 6-yard area, knocks it across to Andrich. Now Quansah chips it down this right-hand side. Little flick round the court. Well, Vasquez is dispossessed by Lima. He tried to feed it into Musiala. That ball was intercepted. They just need to settle down here, Leverkusen, because Bayern here are sniffing blood. Quansah back to Flecken. And he chips it up to the halfway line. Schick is out, jumped by Tar, but then Hamza with the long ball downfield. Now then, can they, on the edge of the area? That's good strength there. Sorry, Marza it was. That was brilliant strength there from Upamecano, who's being hassled all the way by Nathan Teller, and he showed enormous strength to hold him off on the edge of the area and then eventually take the ball out to that far side and put it out for a throw-in to Leverkusen. Actually, it came off Teller's shin, so he's done even better. He's won his side a throw-in. Just over halfway through this first half. Leverkusen very much second best at the moment. That's a foul committed there by Palacios, who's becoming more frustrated. So it will be a free kick to Bayern Munich. Kasper Holman just looks very enigmatic at the moment. Arms folded, chewing furiously. Ball comes back to Stanisic. Bayern Munich are a force to be reckoned with, and I think they are, for me anyway, very strong favourites to win the Champions League this year. Now then, here's Upamecano. Halfway line they have it. Now Jonathan Tah. Diaz, left-hand side, feeds it infield to Lima. Lovely one-touch football here from the German champions. Kimmich now to Upamecano. So like a well-oiled machine, this Munich side. Kimmich again, Here's Upamecano, and again Leverkusen not engaging in any kind of press. Olise plays a nice ball up to the edge of the area, but Musiala lost his balance and couldn't hold on to it. And Leverkusen will bring this ball away down the left-hand side. Little back heel there, looking for the run of Grimaldo. Stanisic got to it first. Kane. Now Lima comes out to Diaz again. He brings it back into his own half and sends it back to Tar. 26 minutes gone. Long ball out to this right-hand side, looking for Michael Olise. Cushioned header back in field. Finds Musiala now on the edge of the penalty area, but he can't hold it up with his back to goal. It's cleared downfield, but it goes straight to a red shirt in Jonathan Tah. It is relentless at the moment from the German champions. Here's Olise on the edge of the area, chips it over the top, but that was never going to find anybody. And it goes through to Mark Flecken. He rolls the ball out to the captain, Andrich. Here's Quansah on this right-hand side. Ball comes infield to Palacios. And now they can break down the middle of the pitch here. There's quite a bit of space for them to run into. Here's Grimaldo on that far left-hand side. He will cut in field now. Knocks it back to Alex Garcia. Now Grimaldo once more. Now Bayern Munich sitting back. Ball comes out to this far right-hand side, but that's poor control from Vasquez. Allows Munich to clear the ball almost up to the halfway line before Quansah retrieves it. Palacios. This is Garcia. Now Quansah. Halfway inside the Bayern Munich half. It's rarefied air this for Leverkusen so far this evening. Now they enjoy just knocking it around. Here's Tapsoba on halfway. Little short passes again. Now Andrich. We've not really given the home fans anything to shout about just yet. Ball whipped in by Vasquez. It's a beauty. Oh, and Schick just couldn't quite control it. He had his back to goal there. He got to the ball first, chested it down, but it just got away from the big check. And that allows Munich now to clear it all the way downfield. A superb ball to the feet of Michael Olise. He will run at Tapsoba now. He glides past him. Shot comes in from the edge of the area, but it's straight along the floor and straight at Flecken. But that was a quicksilver counter-attack there from Bayern. And that was after the first sort of glimmer of some attacking play from Leverkusen. It's almost taken them almost half an hour to show any kind of threat at that end of the field. Here's Olise for Bayern. Comes out to this right-hand side. Stanisic. And then Musiala. Now Kimmich. Here's Olise once again. All these are interchangeable. They're just swapping positions. They have the ball in the area. Shot comes in. And it's, well, of all things, it ricochets into the back of Harry Kane and goes out for a goal kick. Got in the way of his own player there. Looking back again at the goal, absolutely gorgeous flick round the corner from Michael Olise, and then the ball from Musiala went through a forest of legs before it found Harry Kane, who had time to take a touch, steady himself and drill it home from about 7 or 8 yards out. That's a handball on the halfway line. It just spat up at Nathan Teller. And the referee Felix Weyer blows his whistle. Munich take the free kick quickly and they come marauding downfield again here. Here's Olise on this right-hand side. Comes in on his left foot into the area, tries to feed it through. It takes a big deflection and rolls through to Mark Flecken in the Leverkusen goal. Tapsoba. Alex Grimaldo, edge of his own box. Well, they've given it away. Edge of the area now. Then Diaz. Oh, he tried to feed it into Kane, who was on his left when he should have just shot himself. He had the chance there, Luis Diaz, to hit it from the edge of the area. But again, Leverkusen there, they tried to play the ball out from the back. You're asking for trouble there. And they carelessly gave it away. I think it was Palacios. And they're lucky to escape there. And they've given it away again. Ball passed straight here to Musiala, but he can't wheedle his way through. But in back play, the referee has decided that Konrad Lima is guilty here of a foul. He can't quite believe it. But Leverkusen are not helping their own cause here. Harry Kane once again in deep conversation with the referee. Just over half an hour gone. Leverkusen 0, Bayern Munich 1. Harry Kane with the goal. Now Leverkusen have the ball here at the back. They just look rattled at the moment. Palacios back to the white-booted Quansah. Vasquez, Quansah rolls it back to Flecken. And again, they're playing around with it inside their own area. Tapsoba up to Grimaldo, back to Tapsoba. But they're just being suffocated here, being pushed all the way back towards the dead ball line. And as Tapsoba tries to clear it downfield, it comes off Elise, and it will be a throw-in to Leverkusen near the corner flag on that far side. 31 minutes on the clock. And Bayern Munich very much in charge here, unworthy of their one-goal lead, although it was questionable in the build-up as to whether it should have been a free kick. But Bayern have got themselves another throw over on this far side. Here is Kimmich. Well, that's a bit careless from him. It's not like him at all. He played it back upfield for Upamecano, but ended putting it straight out of play. So throw-in taken quickly by Leverkusen. Back into their own half. Alex Garcia. Now it comes up to Teller on that far side. And they will roll it all the way back again to Flecken, who traps it with his foot. All in tangerine tonight, the Dutchman. That's quite apt for him. 32 minutes gone. Here's Quansah. Oh, he's given it away again, nearly there. Just careless passing inside their own half from Leverkusen. They had to work hard to win that ball back. Now they played it downfield, but it's been miscontrolled there. That was poor from Ibrahim Marza. They just cannot get into the game here, the home team. Cannot get into it. And Munich have the ball again, halfway inside their own half. This is Alexander Pavlovic. Long ball again out to this right side, and again, lots of space for Olise. Brings it down, feeds it into the area on this far left-hand side. Musiala tries to get the cross in, it's blocked, and it goes out for a throw-in over on that far side near the corner flag. And Stanisic will be the man to take it. They're just being run ragged here. Takes it quickly. Here's Michael Olise again. Gets away from his man. And then finds Konrad Laimer in centre field. Just couldn't get it out of his feet initially. Upamecano. Now Kimmich. Pavlovic has it. Again, it comes out to Stanisic on this right-hand side. Short, crisp passing. Ball chipped into the area. Headed back out towards the edge of the area there by Musiala. But Leverkusen couldn't gather it back in, and Stanisic has it again. Feeds it into the area on that right-hand side. Just tried to poke it through there for Elise. And Leverkusen win the ball back. But then, unfortunately, well, have they won themselves a free kick here? Yes, they have. Because the ball down that left-hand side, it was one of those where Teller was running to try and catch up with it, and it hit him on the heels while he was facing in the opposite direction. But he was fouled anyway by Upamecano. It's a free kick taken quickly. 34 minutes on the clock. Here's Edmund Tapsoba and Robert Andrich. Need to find a way to get the ball down the other end of the field, Leverkusen, and start fighting fire with fire here. Tapsoba. At the moment, they're just being swamped in their own half. Here is Teller. Back to Grimaldo. Now Tapsoba again. Rolls it back to Flecken. Again, he's pressed, and Flecken's ball out to Quansah. It's not the best. Quansah has to rush towards it. Chests it down and neatly stabs it back to Palacios. Rolls it back to Flecken, but again, they just can't get the ball out of their own area here. Andrich, bit of good footwork there from the captain, but again, sends it across the face of the penalty box. Here's Grimaldo. Nice 1-2 there with Garcia. Now Grimaldo cuts in field, finds Quansah just shy of the halfway line. He nudges it through, gets the return ball. But again, careless from Quansah. Just a loose pass, gives it away once more. and Munich take the ball off them on the halfway line. It's hard enough to play against this world-class side, and I believe they probably are, for me, probably the best club side in the world right now on current form. And if you can't look after the football, particularly inside your own half, then it's going to be a long night. But luckily it's still only 1-0, and we're coming up to 36 minutes. Tackle comes in. It's going to be a free kick for Leverkusen, actually. Both players have gone down, rolling around, clutching their ankles. The referee has deemed, well, the tackle came in initially from Alex Garcia on Stanisic. Well, I can't for the life of me understand why that's a free kick to Leverkusen. Stanisic, he didn't appear to leave anything in there. It was Garcia who went. It was a sliding challenge to win the ball. He did win the ball, but he also chopped down Stanisic there. But he's deemed that Stanisic must have left something in as he was going down. Anyway, that's a poor ball out to the left for Teller. Sails over his head and out for a Bayern throw-in. Frustration mounting inside the stadium. They just can't seem to get themselves moving here. And if my eyes don't deceive me, I think Kasper Holmand is looking to make a substitution fairly soon. I think he's not happy at all with what he's seeing at the moment. Here's Tar. There certainly doesn't appear to be anybody who's taken a knock, but that's a great ball from Diaz down the left channel. Kane gets to it just before it goes out of play, forced out to this near side by Tapsoba, who then clips his heels. Referee says it's not a foul. Now Leverkusen, Marza, but he gives it straight back to Kimmich, and that is a foul this time from Tapsoba, and a very late one, and he gets a yellow card. And now Tar comes in to have a word. Well, yeah, there wasn't much in that on Kane, fair enough. But then he certainly left one in here. Tapsoba, it was not the best pass to Marza, who then was intercepted by Kimmich. And Tapsoba, in his zeal to win the ball back, he stamped on his foot there. That was really an unpleasant challenge from the Burkina Faso international. He's lucky he got a yellow. And they are going to make a change. Ernest Poku, the Dutchman, is coming on, and Lucas Vazquez is coming off. I can only assume that that's for an injury. It's not like he hobbled off or anything, but I think that he's obviously felt something there, and looks like he signalled to the bench and said, no, I need to come off here. So Poku comes on, the Dutchman, for Lucas Vazquez. 39 minutes almost on the clock. Free kick to Bayern Munich on this near side, about 15 yards inside the Leverkusen half. It's chipped up towards the edge of the area, but it's easily dealt with by Andrich. Schick heads that in the wrong direction. He's headed that back towards his goal. Ibrahim Marza. Now Kwanzaa being hassled all the way, and again it's loose from the Englishman. Just put under a bit of pressure there by Lima, and it was a horribly heavy touch, and goes out for a throw-in. He's been poor, Kwanzaa, tonight. Been quite careless with his passing. Throw-in taken quickly by Lima, and then fed up to Upamecano. Now they have it on the edge of the centre circle. Comes out to this right-hand side, Stanisic. Now Alexander Pavlovic. Kimmich to Upamecano. And again, Bayern, patient build-up here. Short passes, then a chip over that, over the right to the right-hand side. Stanisic gets there just at the byline. Header, it breaks for Kane, and he's blazed it over the bar from 12 yards out. That was a really good chance for Harry Kane. It flicked off the head of Tapsoba, and again there was a hint of fortune about it. Chested down by Kane, and then a volley. Technique was perfect, but it just went over the angle of crossbar and post. Referee has booked 2 coaches, one from either side in the technical area, not the actual head coaches, but coaching staff. That was a really good chance for Harry Kane to double his goal tally this evening. Leverkusen are very much clinging on here. Headed towards the edge of the Munich area. It's headed back in there again, and this time Upamecano just loops the ball high in the air, and it will go out for a Leverkusen throw on this near side. But Manuel Neuer has yet to be tested. It's all been very much one-way traffic. Here's Tapsoba, edge of the centre circle, feeds it up to halfway, immediately puts Marza under pressure, but he's done well there. Gets it out to Teller. He has space now on this left-hand side. Tries to get in the area, but he's blocked by Upamecano, and more frustration for Leverkusen, and it will be a throw-in to the visitor. No, it's actually... Oh, yes, it will. He's just dropped the ball for Stanisic to take the throw-in. .41.5 minutes gone. Very comfortable so far, and Leverkusen can consider themselves lucky that it's only 1-0 at the moment. They are being played off the pitch. Here's Pavlovic. Kimmich rolls it back to Manuel Neuer, traps it with his foot and then chips it downfield into the path of Konrad Laimer, being hassled and hustled all the way there by Teller. He swapped wings with Poku. He's now on this right-hand side. Kane brings it forward now. Picks out Elise, edge of the box on the right-hand side. He just ghosts inside the area, but he's been pushed outside and he eventually loses the ball. Just muscled off it there, the Frenchman. And Leverkusen, they need to move the ball more quickly. It is quite ponderous. That's a better ball through the middle. Picks out Marza. He gets away and then he's brought down by Pavlovic. That's going to be a yellow card. Scything challenge there as Marza was looking to break downfield. It was looking hopeful. Yeah, mistimed it completely. Missed the ball and then took out the Algerian as he slid through. So free kick to Leverkusen, and they've taken it quickly. And now it's back in. Oh, that's another poor ball. They've given it away again inside their own half. It was a 5-yard pass, if that, and he couldn't even get that right. Straight from a free kick, and they give it away. And now they've conceded a foul here. Well, that's going to be a Madrid, a Munich foul, and then it's got very salty in there. Palacios has had a coming together with Michael Olise. He shoved him while he was on the floor. All the players coming in there now. Bit of handbags. It has been brewing, this. Palacios has looked like a powder keg waiting to explode all game, to be fair. Elise with he just caught him on his follow through. Then Palacios rattled into Elise, and then as they tangled on the floor trying to win the ball, then Michael Olise grabbed Palacios' leg and wouldn't let it go. That was when Palacios shoved him, and then it all went a bit silly from there. Free kick to Leverkusen, drama over. We're now inside the final minute of normal time in this first half. Still, Bayer Leverkusen 0, Bayern Munich 1. But it's very much been dominated by Bayern Munich. Leverkusen have been very sloppy with the ball, particularly inside their own half, and they've created absolutely nothing at the other end of the pitch. Absolutely nothing. Here's Tapsoba. Long ball again, but that's just going to be so easy. Neuer comes out and hammers it back downfield, trying to find Olise, and he does. That's brilliant from Neuer. That is superb. Olise comes in, cuts in field. Here's Harry Kane. It's almost like having another outfield player. Here's Laimer. Kane once again, 30 yards out. Stanisic chips it in towards the 6-yard box. It's headed away to the edge of the area, but he's muscled off it there by Laimer, but the referee says that that's a free kick. Laimer doesn't agree, and it's Palacios that's gone down again, but it's lackadaisical from Leverkusen. They're being outfought, outworked, outthought, everything, and it really is very, very sloppy play. Just the 1 minute of added time here at the Bay Arena, and a lot of work for Kasper Holman to do. Like I said, I'm sure he'll be delighted that it's only 1-0, such has been Munich's dominance of this first half. But the side in black have to come out in the second half, and they're going to have to do better than this, because really here Munich are playing with the old pipe and slippers at the moment. It's that easy for them. And now they break again through the middle here. Have they got time to double their lead? Oceans of space as they break forward with Musiala. Here's Elise inside the area. Cuts it. Ball towards the edge of the area. It breaks here for Lima. Still edge of the area. Now here's Diaz. Floats it towards the back post. It's too heavy. Way too heavy. And goes out for a goal kick. And I think that's probably going to be the last action of this first half. No, we're still going just. As Leverkusen bring it down this left-hand side. Poku, back in field it comes to Grimaldo. Ball down the left channel, looking for Schick. Tar takes a tumble as he puts the ball out for a throw-in. And it will be a throw-in for Leverkusen. No, it won't actually, because that is the half-time whistle. So, half-time here at the Bay Arena. Bayern Munich, their treble hopes still very much on here. Harry Kane's 22nd minute goal, the difference here, but you know what, it could have been so much more. They're going to have to buck their ideas up. We'll be back for full second half commentary in 15 minutes. Half time here. Bayer Leverkusen 0, Bayern Munich 1. Don't go away. Well, welcome back to the Bay Arena. I'm Joe Mills for this DFB Pokal semi-final between Bayer Leverkusen and Bayern Munich. 1-0 to Bayern Munich, who are all in red, playing from left to right in this second half. Bayer Leverkusen all in black, playing from right to left. They will have kickoff. They need to be a lot more productive in this second half. They were lucky it was just 1-0. And in fact, straight from the kickoff, they come forward. Out to this right-hand side, the referee is Felix Weyer. I'm Joe Mills, thank you for your company. And Harry Kane with the goal on 22 minutes. The difference so far, but it could have been more. Leverkusen created absolutely nothing and were very profligate with the ball inside their own half. Now then, here's Stanisic. Ball fed into the feet of Pavlovic. Now Jonathan Tah. It has been a pipe and slippers job, this, and they picked out Musiala here inside the centre circle. So much space for them. Now here's Michael Olise. He was a real thorn in the side of Leverkusen. That's a great ball down the right channel into the area, just too strong for the run of Stanisic, and Tapsoba lets that run out for a goal kick. But again, a fine start by the German champions. And again, what an atmosphere inside the Bay Arena here under the lights. Huge flags waving furiously. If you're only just joining us, we had to wait about 5 minutes to get the game underway because of all the fireworks and flares. We had a very thick fog over the ground which refused to clear for quite a while. Ball comes back to the feet of Flecken. He hammers it up towards the halfway line. Patrick Schick has been feeding off scraps completely. He's gone down there on halfway. It will be a a free kick to Leverkusen. He just got caught on the top of the head there with the elbow of Jonathan Tah as he leapt up for that header. Free kick taken quickly and backwards. Well, that was an opportunity to launch it down to the box, and they've just not taken it. But that's a good ball through the middle. Schick tried to hold it up. He's claiming he was foul, but no. He almost managed to do so, but I think that was a wasted opportunity there from Leverkusen. They could have loaded up the edge of the area and sent it long downfield because they've created nothing. But no, they went short and backwards. Negative. And they've lost possession there, and luckily it is a free kick. The foul, because that could have been dangerous over on that left side. I think it was Tapsoba. They just miscontrolled it. Well, they were appealing there. When Schick brought that ball down and kicked, it came off his boot and it went into the arm of Jonathan Tah. I don't think there was much he could have done about that, and they're not even going to bother to look at it. Anyway, here's Quansah on that far right-hand side. Chips it down the line, but again, they lose possession. Easily dispossessed there was Poku. Now Joshua Kimmich. Oh, that's a glow! Nearly picked out Harry Kane there. The ball down the left channel into the penalty area. Andrich got to it just in the nick of time. But they've lost the ball again here, Leverkusen. And here's Olise, edge of the area, feeds it in round the back. Oh, and cleared off the line. It was a lovely run in behind by Harry Kane and Robert Andrich. It was Musiala, my mistake, sorry. A beautiful run in round the back there, and it was a deft chip from a tight angle over Flecken. He was beaten, and Andrich hooked it off the line. But it's very much as you were here. We've played 4 minutes of this second half, and Leverkusen, you just feel there's a goal coming again here because Bayern are just so dominant here. They really are. They give away a throw-in over on that far side. Diaz couldn't control that. And Jarrell Quansah will take the throw-in. It goes downfield. Ibrahim Marza again loses the ball. Heavy touch, straight to a red shirt. That has been the story of the evening. Leverkusen, they've been dreadful. They really have been dreadful. Now then. Oh, and now a rarity. Munich give the ball away, but then as it came through to Tapsoba, he slipped and the Munich side have gathered the ball back in again. Kimmich rolls it back to Neuer, who, without no word of a lie, could probably have brought his knitting here tonight and got on with it. He's had nothing to do. Pavlovic comes back to Kimmich. He rolls it back to Neuer. And then he punts it downfield. Diaz with a lovely flicked header over the top now. Limer's in round the back here. Gets into the area on this left-hand side. And, well, he just manages to keep the ball in play, but it came back and Flecken dove on it before anything else could happen. He was tussling with Andrich all the way. But Leverkusen again playing it short. I don't think that's a good idea. That's a good ball though from Flecken. Finds Quansah on this right hand side. But the difference is that Munich are all over them as soon as they get the ball. And they're better at keeping the ball. Comes out to this left hand side to Poku. Now Grimaldo, Garcia, Palacios. Garcia again. This is Tapsoba. Just trying to settle down now, Leverkusen. Try and keep hold of the football. Send it back into their own half. Tapsoba tidies up, squares it to Andrich. Now here's Quansah, just shy of halfway. Out to Teller. Ball comes back in field again. To the feet of Alex Garcia. Now then, he's managed to find Grimaldo on this right-hand side. Can they get a cross in here? Plays it to the edge of the area. Clever ball. Shot comes in! Oh! Now then, that was a good effort, this time from Teller. And that's the first save that Manuel Neuer has had to make all evening. Lovely ball, edge of the area, beautifully drilled shot. Left-footed shot from Teller, kept it low. Goodness me, what a save that was. 40 years old. That was going like a tracer into that bottom left corner there, and he got his fingertips to it and put it just around the post. That ball was travelling. Beautiful technique from Nathan Teller. This is a corner now for Leverkusen on this near left-hand side. Ball whipped in towards the back post, and it's come off the head of Diaz, and it will be another corner, this time on the other side of the pitch. Another bright red flare goes off behind the Munich goal. I hope others don't follow suit and we get enshrouded in fog once again. But this is better. This is much better. Grimaldo with the corner. Ball is whipped in again. Brilliant corner. Ooh, just glancing off the head. I think it came off Upamecano. It did. So it goes out on the other side. It will be a throw-in. Garcia takes it quickly. And he already puts Marza under real pressure near that corner flag and can't keep it in play. Again, heavy touch from the Algerian. And that's, I'm afraid, fizzled out. But what a strike that was from Nathan Teller. Unbelievable save from Neuer there. Unbelievable. 40 years old. Now then, well, Olise, he tried to dummy his man there and go round the back of him, but he was taken out from behind. And it will be a free kick to Bayern Munich, taken quickly. Here's Kimmich. Not the best ball though, he kind of fired it at his colleague there. And then there's another hefty challenge comes in down this right hand side on Musiala, but it's just going to be a throw-in, taken quickly. Olise just flicks it back to Upamecano, and Stanisic will tidy that up on the edge of the centre circle and send it back to Neuer. Long kick downfield again, that's headed away by Andrich. But now Munich, oh, it's a foul. They thought they'd pinched it there. Alexander Pavlovic. And they were just about to set off on the counter-attack when the referee brought them back. So free kick to Leverkusen, just on the edge of the centre circle inside their own half. Here's Andrich. And again, they just go short with it. Tapsoba. He looks as if he's dropped into the middle of a three there. Plays the ball through the middle, but it misses everybody and goes all the way through to Neuer. I just think he's tweaked it a bit here, Kasper Holmand. Andrich looks as if he's playing more on that right-hand side. Long ball through the middle, and the offside flag has gone up against Luis Diaz. Yeah, good yard offside there, the Colombian. So Leverkusen have it here. Here is Quansah. Or either that, or I think they may have gone to a back four. Long ball downfield, but it's tidied up neatly there by Lima. Heads it back to Manuel Neuer. And there is a big smoke cloud emanating from behind that Bayern Munich goal, which is starting to drift over to the pitch again. Neuer with the long ball downfield, looking for Diaz, but Quansah wins the header. But it's returned from halfway. Elise is foul, but they carry on playing. They come Musiala now through the middle. Picks out Stanisic. Oh, good save. Side-footed effort from the Croatian from the right-hand side of the box. Diving save from Flecken, which tips it away. But Stanisic has stayed down in the area, hammering the floor with his hand. Meanwhile, Leverkusen break down this right-hand side. And I'm afraid to say that the smoke is now starting to encroach onto the pitch again. They lose the ball. Munich have it again here with Musiala. Briefly stopped by Tapsoba, and then they try to feed it through to Kane on the edge of the area, but that's intercepted. Now Marza, good quick feet there. Here's Quansah on the halfway line, cuts in field and is fouled by Lima. And that will be a free kick to Leverkusen on halfway. Well, Stanisic is still down inside the Leverkusen penalty box. Referee was not really interested. He carried on playing. Well, he was caught by Poku as he was sliding through. There's not much he could do there. Oh, I'm sorry. He's tripped over Poku's knee. But that is it. I can only assume maybe he's landed awkwardly. But that he literally just tripped over his knee. So that wouldn't have been it. That surely can't be it for all this drama. So I'm just assuming maybe that he maybe have landed awkwardly there and just jarred something the way he reacted. He stayed down for a good 2 minutes. He's back up on his feet now. But, well, Vincent Kompany got the tracksuit top back on now as it started to get cooler as the night draws in. It is just past 10 o'clock in the evening here in Leverkusen. Now then, here's Marza, edge of the centre circle, plays it, Schick flicks it round the corner. Now they get it, oh, just too strong there from Quansah. Tried to pick out Teller on that far side. It just got away from him. Stanisic still doesn't look particularly happy. They do have defensive replacements in the form of Alphonso Davies, Kim Min-jae and Hiroki Ito. Long ball out to this left-hand side. And Grimaldo does brilliantly there to keep it in, feeds it into the area. Schick holds it up with his back to goal, but he needs some help there, and he loses it near the byline, and it's hammered downfield by Bayern, and then headed back into play there by Palacios, but it falls to Michael Olise now. He breaks through the middle, dispossessed by Marza on halfway, but the referee says the Algerian fouled him. And it will be a free kick to Bayern Munich on the halfway line. Coming up to the hour mark now. Still, remarkably, only 1-0. Comes out to Musiala on this right-hand side. Goes towards the edge of the area. Solid challenge there. The referee has decided it's a corner. Grimaldo there, standing tall. Robust challenge. And it will be a corner to Bayern Munich on this near side. And Michael Olise will come across to take it. And the Frenchman puts the ball down as the box starts to fill up with red and black shirts. Raises the arm. Ball whipped in by Olise. Punched away by Flecken, only to the edge of the area. Bayern Munich still have it. Fed back out to Olise on this right-hand side. Puts it onto his left foot, chips it into the area again. It's brought down but headed away by Quansah, but not significantly enough. And it comes back out. Here's Lima. Now Kimmich comes back out to Olise on this near side. 30 yards out, brings it in field on his left foot. Not the best pass there to Kimmich. He had to rush to get to that just in time. Now it comes out to Diaz on this left-hand side. Whips it in with his right foot. That's a great ball! Good save! Or was it a block on the line? It seemed to go over the top of everybody. And Tapsoba blocked it about 2 yards out from goal, saving Flecken the job. But that was a dangerous ball in from Luis Diaz. The ball comes back to Flecken here. Here is Tapsoba inside his penalty area. Again, they're trying to play it out here, Leverkusen. They're asking for trouble. Andrich. They're still on the edge of their own area here. Here's Tapsoba. Finally gets the ball upfield. Heavy touch from Teller. That was poor. Gives the ball straight back to Munich. Elise. That wasn't a good pass to him, but he's done well to win it back. Stanisic now. Kimmich back to Upamecano. Now here's Jonathan Tah, edge of the centre circle. And Lima plays it back to Tah, and he will roll it back to Manuel Neuer. What a save that was. The only save he's had to make, and it was world class. So just over the hour gone, still 1-0. Ball from Diaz into centre field, chested down by Upamecano, chips it over the top of the onrushing Teller. Now they can break through the middle here. They are raging downfield. It's 3-on-3. Here is Diaz, plays it out to the left. They have it inside the area, but that's good defending there. Took the ball off the foot there of Lima. I think it was Alex Garcia, and now they've won themselves a free kick. Kane with the foul there on Poku, so it will be a free kick to Bayer Leverkusen, who are still in this game. Remarkable that it's still only 1-0. This has been slightly better from Leverkusen in this second half. It couldn't have been much worse, to be fair. They have had that excellent strike from Nathan Teller, but it's still very much one-way traffic, to be honest. Bayern now out to this left-hand side. It's brought down by Lima. Feed it into the area on this left-hand side. Kane, good save! It was a gorgeous touch from Kane to get it away from Quansah. Very clever, turned him inside out, right-footed shot, and Flecken sticks out that left arm. It was headed in to the bottom corner, and he tips it round the post for a corner. Taken quickly to the edge of the area. Kimmich whips it into the back post, headed away by Andrich out to this left-hand side, and Stanisic will let it go out for a throw-in, which he will take. Comes back to Diaz. Gap's now starting to open up. 62.5 minutes gone. Still Leverkusen 0, Bayern Munich 1 in this DFB Pokal semi-final. This is Jonathan Tah on the halfway. Here's Upamecano. Now Elise. He will cut in field again. Shows a great turn of pace. Great ball in round the back. Kane, and he's placed it over the bar. Fairly acute angle. But that's the move they work on time and time again. Elise cuts in field. Kane makes that diagonal run in between the centre half and the left back, and he just couldn't get his foot over the ball there, and he's more or less shinned that over the bar. And again, short goal kick from Leverkusen. I just don't get it. Here's Quansah. They immediately put themselves under pressure. Ball, and they've lost it. Surprise, surprise. Now Munich have it back again. They're just not learning here. Now Elise has it in centre field, plays it towards Kane, edge of the area. It breaks for Musiala, and it's gone over the bar. Has it taken a deflection? I believe it does. So it is going. No, it's a goal kick, says the referee. We'll say Munich have had a few lucky bounces inside the penalty area. In fact, that shot from Musiala glanced off the back of Luis Diaz. That was the deflection. Again, they go short with the goal kick. And again, they're faffing around with it here inside their own box, and Bayern putting them under all kinds of pressure. Header flicked on. It actually gets through this time up to Teller, and then he comes back and with a clumsy foul as he tries to regather the ball fouled Kimmich from behind. And it is a free kick to Bayern Munich. Played quickly, up through the middle. Header flicked on by Diaz to nobody, and he'll chase after it and gather it in himself on that far touchline. Plays it back up to Lima. Now it comes back onto this left-hand side again. Lima picks it up once more. Pavlovic. Now Jonathan Tah. Now here's Upamecano. Comes out to Elise on this right-hand side. Plays the ball again. Beautiful. Round the back for the overlapping run of Stanisic. His ball comes in towards the back post. Just grazes the head of Poku. And Lima will get to it before it goes out. Pavlovic once more. Tah spreads it across once more to this far right-hand side to Stanisic. Now Upamecano. It's just great passing and moving this, but they've lost the ball there though, and then quickly win it back. Brilliant sliding tackle there from Pavlovic. Now Olise. Oh, lovely little flick with the back of his heel there to find Musiala on this right-hand side. Back to Stanisic. Now Olise, edge of the area. Kimmich almost loses it. Out it comes to Lima. And again, it's quick, sharp, decisive passing. Ball play. Oh, and Kane, a loose touch there. Just got a bit carried away. Tried a little flick. And they gave it away, and it's cleared up to the halfway line. But they just have the ball again. It's wave after wave of red attack here from the German champions. Here's Michael Olise. He's definitely coming out with all the flicks and tricks now. It is only still 1-0. But it's dominance. Kimmich chips it into the area. Oh, it almost found Diaz at the back post. Bounced over his head. He still managed to gather it, and they still have it. Here is Kimmich, edge of the area again. Nudges it to Stanisic. He tries a shot, but he's dragged it wide of that left-hand post from the edge of the penalty area, and it will be a goal kick. This Munich side are a joy to watch. And like I said, it is still quite peculiar that it is still only 1-0. Such has been their dominance. And now playing some lovely stuff. Neuer's goal kick, Flecken's goal kick, is headed back towards him from the halfway line, and Leverkusen have the ball again inside their own half. This time play it nicer. Now the ball up through the middle. Now then, Teller wins that, squares it to Schick. He lays it off. Marza. Now Poku on his right-hand side tries a shot, takes a heavy deflection and trickles through to Manuel Neuer in the Munich goal. 67 minutes gone. We are getting to that time now where the coaches might be thinking of making one or two changes. With the league in the bag, Vincent Kompany could pick a very strong side here tonight. That's a great ball from Elise down through the middle, but it just has too much on it. And it gets through to Flecken before Kane can get on the end of it. With the league wrapped up, they can afford to maybe rest a few at the weekend. They do have that Champions League semi-final as well on the horizon. Marza is blocked off there on halfway and stays down. Pavlovic looks at the referee with a kind of rueful look, saying, yeah, did you see that? He played for that. Well, no, he actually got caught in the face there by Pavlovic. Hand in the face. And Marza back up on his feet now. But while the scoreline stays like this, bizarrely, Leverkusen are still very much in this game. And it only takes, just one little moment. And for all Munich's dominance, you just never know. Anyway, Leverkusen have it inside their own half. We have played almost 69 minutes. Ball comes back to Tapsoba. Plays it up the field again. Garcia out to this right-hand side to Nathan Teller. Infield to Marza. He knocks it back to Tapsoba. He has it on the edge of the centre circle. He will bring it up to halfway. Little short passes again. Leverkusen with Andrich. This time they're just trying to keep hold of the ball for a wee while. Try and fashion something if they can. They come through the middle here. Ball, a reverse chip out to this right-hand side. Then ball played into the area. Quansah chips it in, header, oh, it's over the bar. Good opportunity. That's the first time Patrick Schick has got himself into a reasonable position there. He got in between the two centre halves and he's put the ball over, a header from about 10 yards out. Nice ball in from Quansah. And the rangy Czech striker just couldn't get over the top of that. And it sails over the bar there of Manuel Neuer. But again, just a little reminder to Bayern that this game is not over yet. I would imagine if Bayern get another, then it's definitely over. But at the moment, it's still on a knife edge. 20 minutes to go. Despite it being one of the most one-sided games you could ever imagine watching. Upamecano out to Olise on this right-hand side. Again, he will run at them. He cuts in on that left foot once more. Picks out Harry Kane on the edge of the box. Another little flick to Olise. Pavlovic can't bring it in. Now then, Leverkusen can break down this right-hand side here. This could be dangerous. Teller, he's got loads of space. Now he stops, edge of the area, feeds it in round the back for the run of Poku. Edge of the area, feeds it back to Teller. But again, they're all over him, swarming over him, and he's lost control of it, and it goes out for a throw-in near the corner flag. And that is just an incredible work ethic there from Bayern Munich to get back in numbers and snuff that out. And Luis Diaz was one of them who came almost the full length of the pitch. That's the mark of a champion side. Here's Stanisic now. Just knocks it in field to Upamecano. Stanisic once more. Playing with a real swagger here, Munich. Despite the fact they're only 1-0 up. Tar. Lima. And he can this time just nudge back towards Neuer. And has it at his feet on the edge of the penalty area. 71.5 minutes gone. Deo Upamecano. Back to Manuel Neuer. Olise back in field. It comes now to Upamecano. Feeds it up. Harry Kane with a swivel. Tried to play it downfield, but it was intercepted by Tapsoba. They have it again now in centre field. Levin. But again, they almost lose it because Munich are just working so hard off the ball, completely swarming them, pressing them, harrying them, and they're just doing everything. Brilliant in every department, this side, and that's why I think they are probably the best side in world football right now. And I'm going to go on the line and say I think they will win the Champions League this year. Now then, long ball through the middle here. Oh, it's brilliantly brought down. Olise, one-on-one here. Can't get round Tapsoba, but that's brilliant from the Burkina Faso international. Just didn't sell himself there. It was a stunning ball downfield to find Olise on the edge of the area, and he was one-on-one with Tapsoba, but he couldn't get past him. And Tapsoba's done well there. He takes the ball downfield, but he's giving away a throw-in. Well, Vincent Kompany is going to make changes first. And it's going to be Leon Goretzka who's coming on for Alexander Pavlovic. So direct swap in the engine room there. And we're going to see the Canadian Alphonso Davies. He's also going to come on. And he's usually a left back. So I'm assuming, yes, it's going to be Konrad Lima who's going to make way. The Austrian makes way, and the Canadian international will replace him, Alphonso Davies, in that left back position. So 74 on the clock. All the high fives going on. Now then, Munich break downfield again from that quick throw in. Oh, just tried to thread it through there for Kane. Oh, and well, was that Quansah? The ball was played through for Kane. Quansah intercepted it, and then a really poor touch inside his own penalty area, and he just he dawdled on it actually. He intercepted it, did the hard work, dawdled on it, and then had it pinched off him by his former teammate Luis Diaz, who then fired from a tight angle, and it just caught the fingertips of Mark Flecken and went over the bar. That is again symptomatic. Quansah, sloppy passing again, and they're just dawdling on the ball. It's just not switched on, this Leverkusen side. And Munich just works so hard off the ball. Corner on that far side. Whipped in again. So goes over through everybody there. And some of the Munich players were looking at each other going, well, I thought you were having that. No, I thought you were having it. Anyway, Flecken, wow, he kicked it downfield quickly. Manuel Neuer comes out to the halfway line and heads it all the way back down to the other end of the pitch. Maybe he's just a bit bored. Who knows? Anyway, Leverkusen have it, edge of their own penalty area. Exactly 15 minutes of normal time remaining. This game is still very much in the melting pot. Good quick feet from Marza as he breaks down. Now he played it down the left channel for Schick, who was blocked off there. And he goes down, but the referee is not interested. He's saying that, well, someone said something here, and the yellow card is coming out. Tar there just looked to have stood his ground. Not sure who's gone in the book there, but somebody has said something out of turn. And I can lip read, and well, Alex Grimaldo is booked, and then he's just said something very rude. I don't know if he said it to the referee. If he did, he's lucky that he's still on the pitch. And now the referee is talking to Robert Andrich. And they've made a change. Montrell Culbrith is going to come on, and he's going to replace Nathan Teller. But Alex Grimaldo just needs to calm himself down a bit there. Long ball downfield, headed away again. Elise tried to gather it in. He's been booked as Grimaldo. He's lucky it wasn't red, because I certainly saw what he said afterwards. Now then, Munich have won the ball back here inside the Leverkusen half. Free kick is given for the foul by Palacios on Joshua Kimmich. They're just getting frustrated now, the Leverkusen players. But, you know, they're still in this. They're still in it. It's funny, they're in it, but they're not in it. They're being dominated so much. But at 1-0, any team is still in a game. Anyway, free kick to Bayern on this near side. Everyone is on the edge of the penalty area. It's about 40-45 yards out on this near side. Everyone, and Kimmich has whipped it in. It's headed across the face of the 6-yard box, but it will be gathered in by Bayern, and now they can break down this right-hand side. That's a great ball. Now there's a foot race on here. Davis gets there first ahead of Marza. Well, this is what I'm saying. This is not over. And Bayern there have carelessly given the ball away inside their own half. Schick did brilliantly with a sliding challenge to play it back up to the halfway line before he lost it. Taps over. Now here's Alex Garcia on this near side. This is Robert Andrich. Now Garcia once again. Now it comes out to this far right-hand side. Ball comes back to Quansah. Now Andrich once more. Just edges his way inside the Munich half. Quansah comes out to this right side once more. Ball played round the back here for the overlapping run. This is good. Can they get the cross in? They can from the byline. It's chested down by Poku. Falls to Palacios. Plays it back. Garcia, they still have it. They have it now on this right-hand side. Can they get the cross in here? It's chipped in the area again. Tar's header breaks down in the area. Oh, it's a scramble. Still haven't cleared it away. Marza wins the header on the edge, but the flag has... Oh, no, they still play on. Marza has it. Chips it into the area. Schick tries to hold it up. Break for Marza again, but it's just a forest of legs. They still get it back. Palacios. This is incredible. Comes out to this far right-hand side again. They just can't. We just had 3 goalmouth scrambles, one after the other there on the edge of the area. Well, that's not a goalmouth scramble, is it? But you know what I mean. Anyway, Quansah brings it forward here again. taps over. Then it comes out to Grimaldo. He whips it in once more. Oh, glancing header there by Schick, but that's going to go out for a throw into Bayern Munich on that far side. But unfortunately, despite that 5 minutes of relentless pressure there, of chipping the ball into the area, they just couldn't get it down and have a shot on target. Now then, Elise, that's not the best ball to him. He's had to track back and pick that up because they were threatening again, and they are now. Here's Goretzka, tries a long-range shot. That was awful. He's dragged that hideously wide. But the first real bit of sustained pressure there from Leverkusen, but the ball just wouldn't drop. They had about 3 shots and they were all blocked on the edge of the area. They just didn't have the drop of the ball that time. But that's a great ball over the top, down this right-hand side again. Marauding now. Is that a foul by Davis? The fans think so. The referee doesn't. More frustration for Leverkusen. As Kulbrith it was who went down. Now Munich come forward again. They have it on this left-hand side. Here's Luis Diaz. Tries to feed it through to Kane. That's blocked by Andrich and goes out for a throw-in near the corner flag on that far side. It's opening up now. 9.5 minutes remaining. End-to-end it is now. Finally. Here is Upamecano. Now Stanisic. Back to Upamecano. Halfway inside the Leverkusen half. Ball fed through into the middle. Goretzka tries to chip it over the top. That's a clever and brave header by Andrich. A flicked header back to his own keeper, even though he knew Kane was behind him. Right, it comes out to Kulbrith now on this right-hand side. They're finding space down there, but he can't get away from the sliding tackle there of Alphonso Davies. So Munich have the ball back. Joshua Kimmich runs into trouble, but just avoids the tackle there of Alex Garcia. But then he puts the ball out to this far right-hand side, this near side to Michael Olise. He stops, gives his options, feeds the ball back in field, gets it back, then sends it into Kimmich. He feeds it up towards the edge of the area, then gets the ball back. Then, tried to play it through for the diagonal run there of Davis. Not sure what he's doing up that far. But Bayern here definitely trying to find that second goal just to be comfortable. Because for all they're done well, that ball's played out wide right, but there was a slip. And again, it's going to be Vincent Kompany who's going to make a substitution. It's going to be the Korean Kim Min-jae. Kasper Holmand not making any changes in this second half so far. We've only got 7.5 minutes remaining of normal time. Here's Kulbrith on this far right-hand side. Just inside the Munich half. He brings it infield. Now then, Garcia looking for options. Sends it to Andrich. Now once again, Kulbrith. They have it on this right-hand side. Can he get the cross in? He does. Oh, it's missed Schick. He went for a volley there, and I think he slipped in the process of trying to do it on the edge of the 6-yard box. That was a lucky escape. If he managed to get a foot on that, that would have been interesting. Marza can't control that. It goes out for a throw-in on this near side. But Leverkusen just starting to look slightly more dangerous now. In fact, Vincent Kompany just battening down the hatches a bit here. Kim Min-jae is coming on for Jamal Musiala. So it's definitely a sign that they're looking to protect what they have here. Because finally, Leverkusen have just started to wake a little bit. Maybe it's too little too late, but Kim Min-jae, well, Andrich has made way for Leverkusen, and he will be replaced by the American international Malik Tillman. So that's more of an attacking change there made by Kasper Holmand in a bid to try and find an equaliser in these last 6 minutes of normal time. Ball played up to the halfway line. Little flick round the corner into the feet of Alex Grimaldo. Here's Ibrahim Marza. He has Kulbrith to his right. but decides to go and nudge it back to the halfway line where it's gathered in. Now out to this left-hand side, Poku. Ball comes back in field to Alex Garcia. He floats a long diagonal ball out to Kulbrith, but Diaz, I think he might have won a throw-in off him there. Just might have got to the ball first. No, it's a Leverkusen throw, which they take quickly. Here's Jarell Quansah. This is probably the most possession they've had in the whole match. Quansah has it again, halfway inside the Munich half. Bayern this time sitting in a low block themselves, not engaging in a press. 5 minutes remaining of normal time. I don't think we're going to get much added. Here's Poku, edge of the area, left-hand side, feeds it in there. Marza whips it into the back post, headed back across to the near post, but it's simple for Neuer. Gathers it in and rolls it out quickly, and Kim Min-jae can break down the field here. He chips it up, looking for the run of Davis as he fouled. Man, yeah, it's taken quickly. It was a foul on Palacios. Here's Quansah. Now Grimaldo. Inside the centre circle, comes out to this left-hand side. Ernest Poku, brilliant there, turned his man, gets away from Kim Min-jae, then has to slam on the brakes. Puts the ball back into centre field, taps over. Now Alex Garcia. Ball takes a big deflection as he tries to feed it up to the edge of the area. Ball balloons high in the air. But they've lost the ball there again, Munich. Leverkusen now having all the possession in these dying stages. Ball played into the area. Schick can't get to it. That's good defending. It was Upamecano who got there first. And the ball squirts downfield and out for a Leverkusen throw just on the halfway line. 4 minutes remaining of normal time. Well, there was a late challenge there. It wasn't the best pass from Quansah, who played it out there to Schick. Diaz Alex Garcia. Diaz caught him from behind. So it is a free kick. Leverkusen need to get a move on now. Here is Tapsoba. Up to the halfway line, but that's great work from Upamecano. He's pinched the ball on halfway. Here's Stanisic. But they don't seem as keen to go forward in numbers this time. They don't want to get caught on the counter. Here's Harry Kane. Sends it back to Goretzka. Now Davis comes out to this left-hand side to Luis Diaz. Just keeping the ball here. Goretzka, Diaz once again. Now Goretzka once more. And that's good play from Munich. Knocking the ball around and then eventually sending it back to Neuer, who gets it halfway inside his own half. Kim Min-jae just nudges it downfield, looking for the return ball down the line from Stanisic. Couldn't quite keep it in, the Korean. So it will be a throw-in for Leverkusen, taken quickly by Tapsoba. And we're now got 2.5 minutes of normal time to play. And they're faffing around with it in their own area again. They've got to get the ball down the other end of the field. Flicked header by Schick, but it's just going to find nobody, or is it? Well, Davis was nearly dispossessed there inside his own half, but he manages to come away with it. And then rolls it back to the feet of Neuer, who chips it back to Davis. Heavy touch, though, and he's lost possession. And it's gone out for, well, is that a free kick? Was that a foul there on Alex Garcia? It was a heavy touch from Alphonso Davies. And as Garcia went to pinch it off him, yeah, he stood on his toe. So a free kick to Leverkusen over on that far right-hand side as the smoke starts to drift over the pitch again. Well, you know, I've never seen a team dominated like this for, I would say, 75 minutes. But it's still only 1-0, and Leverkusen have been the more dominant side in the last 10. Ball whipped into the area, comes off the back of Kim Min-jae. Now Grimaldo whips it back in, diving header out there by Jonathan Tah. But it comes straight back out for Quansah. Approaching the final minute of normal time. Kulbrith, they've got to get the ball out wide and get it into the box. Floated out to this left-hand side. Grimaldo up against Michael Olise. He cuts in field. Here's Palacios. This is quite lackadaisical. They're inside the final minute now. They're just knocking it around like they've not got a care in the world here. and they're still doing it. Ball chipped out to Grimaldo on this left-hand side. Now then, here is Poku. Ball comes back in field. Grimaldo again. But it's all side to side. No one's getting the ball forward. Marza out to Kulbrith on this right-hand side. Ball finally comes in, and it's a clearing header from Kim Min-jae, and it goes out for a corner to Leverkusen. 30 seconds left of normal time. Harry Kane's 22nd minute goal, the difference so far, which looks like seeing Munich through to the German Cup final. Last chance saloon here. Corner comes into the near post. It's poor. Doesn't beat the first man. Headed away downfield. Palacios. We're into added time, of which there are 3 additional minutes. Palacios into Ibrahim Marza. Still in centre field here, Leverkusen. Ball chipped towards the edge of the area. Easy header away by Upamecano. Now then, Harry Kane bringing it through the middle here. He's got a man to his left and a man to his right. He finds Diaz. He's in the area here. Drops the shoulder. Shoots. Blocked by Flecken. Palms it away out towards the edge of the area where it's gathered in by Michael Olise. Here's Kimmich. They still have woken up again here. Here's Kane on the edge of the area. Almost pinched a breakaway goal there. Stanisic. Now Olise on the edge of the box. They'll want it, keep the ball down here. Gets round his man easily. Chips it across the face of the 6-yard box. Nobody there to do anything about it. Oh, and now there's a foul inside the area, but it's on a Leverkusen player. On Garcia. So they need to get a wiggle on here. We played 1 minute of the added 3. And again, dawdling on the ball. Kane has run back and pinched it off them. Such work ethic at this stage in the area. Now they've got it. Olise. Now Stanisic, edge of the 6-yard box. Brings it back towards the edge of... Well, I think the flag's gone up there against the Croatian. So it will be a free kick to Leverkusen. And it will be Mark Flecken to take it. 90 seconds remaining. Leverkusen still trailing by 1-0. And as it stands, Bayern Munich are going through to the final of the DFB Pokal. They've already won the league. And they're 2 games away from lifting the Champions League title. This could be some season. It really could. Now then. Oh, they've got the ball downfield in the area, and it's 2! Luis Diaz with the killer blow right at the end. As though the flag's gone up. The flag has gone up. He doesn't believe it should have done. And, yeah, he's clearly offside there. He's a mile offside. Winner of this, of course, will play either Stuttgart or Freiburg. We're playing the other semi-final tomorrow. Well, I think he's just asking VAR here, because on second look at that, I'm not sure that he is now. I was looking at the original, he was coming back from an offside position. And then when I actually saw the ball played across to him, I think he was just about onside there. But it's a moot point. I mean, at this stage in the game now, because we're now in overtime of overtime. Referee is going to the screen. He's asking them to check this. Well, it could well be the final nail in the coffin here. No, he's given it. The goal has been given. Luis Diaz has the second, and Munich finally put this game to bed in the very, very final seconds of the contest. They will be going through to the German Cup final, deservedly so. Leverkusen offered very little tonight until the final moments of the game, but they never really troubled Manuel Neuer. That is, in fact, the full-time whistle. And a much-deserved win. Harry Kane on 22 and Luis Diaz with the final goal, the breakaway goal in the 93rd minute. So it's finished here at the Bay Arena. Bayer Leverkusen 0, Bayern Munich 2. The German champions are going through to the DFB Pokal final. Congratulations to them. I've been Joe Mills. Hope you enjoyed our coverage tonight, and we'll speak to you again soon. Good night.